So according to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, more commonly known as the CDC, 610,000 Americans die from heart disease every year. That's 1 out of every 4 deaths. That means, on a yearly basis, 25% of the deaths in America are due to heart disease. That makes heart disease the official leading cause of death for men and women in America. Did I mention it gets even worse? So you're obviously thinking, what's this guy got? How is something possibly worse than 610,000 people dying per year from a mostly preventable disease? And here it is. To add to that above count, we have over 735,000 Americans who have a heart attack and live. So that's 1,345,000 people per year in our country alone that have a major heart problem that either ends or completely changes their life. So my dad, he's one of those survivors. It was about 16 months ago when I got the phone call that none of us want to receive. Eric, your dad's in the hospital. He had a heart attack. So it was about 48 hours later, he went into surgery, and a few hours after that, he came out of surgery, having a quintuple bypass, basically major heart reconstruction. So thankfully, he survived the initial attack and the surgery, but he has had to make some major lifestyle changes, which after 60 years of poor diet and tobacco use, let's just say he has made some amazing progress, but it's been difficult for him to give up some of the things that caused his heart attack, even though he almost died from them. So by now, we all know the health issues, or more specifically, the heart problems that tobacco, excessive alcohol and drug use, or even an unhealthy fast food fueled diet can and do cause. So I'm not here to remind you of those things. But what I do want to do is shed some light on a study that was recently published by the Harvard School of Public Health. This study adds another silent killer, or should I say, another major contributing factor to heart disease, and that's eating an unhealthy breakfast, or even worse, skipping breakfast completely. So instead of me going over some of the alarming statistics from the study, let me quote directly from Eric Rim, who is a professor, who is the director of the program in cardiovascular epidemiology at the Harvard School of Public Health. Men or women who skip breakfast have a 27% higher risk of suffering a heart attack or developing heart disease than those who start the day with something in their stomach. Did you hear that? 27% higher chance of heart attack? What's even more astonishing is the amount of people that were included in this study. The study was a 16-year-long research project that had over 27,000 participants. So, I mean, someone of his stature is obviously going to do his research before making such a bold claim. So that really makes me think back about those 1.3 million Americans who have a heart attack or die from heart disease every year. So according to this recent study, tens or maybe even hundreds of thousands of people could have potentially not fell victim to heart attack or heart disease if they would have been making a simple choice to eat breakfast each and every morning. So not only will breakfast reduce your risk of heart disease or attack, the Dietary Guidelines for Americans, which is an annual report published by the United States Department of Agriculture, adds even more breakfast benefits. Breakfast promotes calorie balance and weight management. People who don't eat breakfast are more likely to be overweight. So crazy, right? Like, who would have thought that starting your day off with food would actually help you lose weight as well? So now we know how important breakfast is. Let me talk about how we can make healthy breakfast choices. All the evidence clearly shows that we should be eating breakfast every day. So even if the only thing in your house is Cocoa Puffs, Trix, or some other sugar-loaded cereal, as Eric Rim was quoted earlier, start the day with something in your stomach. But please, don't let that be your excuse to load up on sugar cereal every morning. If you really just sit and think about the meaning of the word breakfast, it may help you grasp the importance of making healthy breakfast choices. Breakfast literally means breaking the fast. While we are sleeping, we are fasting. So even though we're not eating or physically moving, our hearts are still beating, our lungs are still bringing air in and out, our brains are whizzing at full speed, creating dreams, going in and out of sleep cycles, and storing memories from the day before. So when we wake up in the morning, our body needs to be refueled. Dr. Kathleen Hall, who is an internationally recognized lifestyle expert, states it the best. Breakfast is an opportunity for a new beginning that sets the stage and sets the table for the day. So I have to admit, for years I set the stage for my day with cereals that are loaded with added sugar or fast food sandwiches that come served with saturated fat and grease just dripping out of the sides of them. But then I started to realize the importance of a healthy diet, and now realize the tremendous importance of a healthy breakfast. So So lately I've been on a mission to find healthy replacement foods that I can learn to enjoy just as much as those sugar-loaded cereals or McGriddles that I used to love so much. And for breakfast, that has been pretty easy, and I must say, a very rewarding process. So I'm going to share with you a few of my favorite healthy and cheap breakfast options that I eat on a daily basis. The first is just plain yogurt and granola. So granola, which is usually a mix of rolled oats, seeds, and nuts, as you can see here, is a great way to start the day. If you throw in some low or no-fat plain yogurt, you have a great tasting breakfast that is healthy, high in protein, has dairy, vitamins, antioxidants, and more. As an alternative to granola, you can use kashi cereal. So kashi is basically low in added sugar, and they add a soy blend to basically give you a nice protein boost in the morning. And then you have the classics, like oatmeal or also eggs. They make a great breakfast as well. So to round out these breakfast ideas, just add some fruit. Bananas are a great breakfast food, or basically any fruit or vegetable is good for you any time of the day. So as you can see, eating a healthy breakfast every morning does not have to be difficult or expensive. Any of the options above can be made just as fast as cereal, and provide you the nutrition you need to start your day off right. Not only will you be giving your body what it needs in the morning, you'll be reducing your risk of heart disease or heart attack later in life. So it's pretty sad to say, but I fear this speech is going to divide the room into two groups. The first group of people will ignore the information presented. And years down the road, they may become one of those 1,345,000 victims of heart attack, heart disease, or other health-related illnesses. And the second group of people, myself included, will realize the benefits of eating breakfast and making other healthy food choices, and by doing so will reduce the risk of heart attack or heart disease, increase the time they will be alive, and be more satisfied with themselves for making a choice that they know is good for them and the people who love them. Which group of people will you be in? Thank you.